Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we thought we would film a day in the life of what our life has been looking like for the past 2 weeks since we've been on the road now with our van and our trailer. One sec, there's a car coming past. So yeah, basically, oh there's another car coming. Basically our life living on a lay-by, because that has been the reality of our life since we've been on the road for the past 2 weeks, because we're a big unit now. And that is something that we knew was going to be the case, but yeah, we've just been trying to navigate, you know, travelling with the 2 dirt bikes, the trailer and the van. And we thought we'd just take you around and show you what it's been like. We're still in the Peak District, we're close to Matlock, so what we're going to do today actually is we're going to leave the van here and we're going to have a walk into Matlock. It's like 3.5 miles, but honestly the thought of having to like move and everything isn't worth it to us. I'd rather just walk the 3.5 miles to the shop, which is what we need to do this morning. So yeah, that is the reality of it. You know, having to do these compromises now. And we're not complaining, as we do love having the bikes with us, but it is just the reality of what it's like at the moment.
Where we're parked right now obviously is not that pleasant in terms of park-ups that you can get around the world, but in terms of England and laybys, this is about the best that we've got. What we've been doing is, as we've been going round on the dirt bikes, because this is one of the loops that we've been doing, we've just been basically screenshotting on the phone anywhere that we think we can park the van, and this is one of them. And the main reason that I absolutely love this spot is because we've backed the trailer all the way into this, which would make it so much harder for people to get the bikes out of the back. I know how many people commented about security on the last video. There's also a lay-by over here, so we feel like we're not taking up loads of room, and there's also space for people to pull in front of us as well. So we've been here for a couple of days without any issues, so we feel pretty good here.
We don't usually like to stay in park-ups this long. We've been here, like Mitch says, for a few days, but we have just been working the past 2 days, and I feel like we get a good sense of sort of the movement around the van when we're working, because one of us is always sat in the window. And honestly, apart from like the 3 cars that came past when I was filming the intro, it's a pretty quiet road, and we felt really good here, haven't we? So
yeah, just when people are going to and from work, that's when it gets busy, and
yeah,
that's when you recorded the intro.
Yeah,
so.
But other than that, we're quite happy, and we don't feel too bad that we've been here for a few days now.
The only issue is the town Matlock that we're walking down to is like nearly 200 metres below where we are now, so it gets freezing here. We've had the heater on pumping hard. Yeah,
it's cold now, and we're gonna walk into that, and then we're gonna be walking back up 200 metres as well.
You're going the wrong way.
I'm going the wrong way.
And there's Matlock, all the way down in the valley.
We're currently trying out a little different setup with having the GoPro and our external mic attached as a way for us to film a bit more on the go. Especially when we're on the bikes, yeah, because it winds Mitch up so much when he's trying to stabilise the footage on the camera because it's so shaky. So let us know what you think about this. I feel like I think it's okay. The stabilisation on a GoPro is so much better.
Yeah. We've also got it on a massive selfie stick, so
we look like such tourists. Put it back. Kilometres. Hi everyone, I'm just popping in here from my parents' driveway, and a haircut. There's been a few changes which you'll find out more about in this video, but I'm coming in to let you know about this week's sponsor, which is YFood. Now, you've heard us speak about YFood in the past because we're obsessed with them, but if you haven't, YFood isn't a diet shake, protein shake, it's a meal replacement drink, and it's perfect for people like us who are out on the go, especially when we're on the bikes. These are ideal to take with us. This bottle has 500 calories in, which is perfect because when we're out on the bikes, I get really hungry, and this is great because I just have to take this. I don't have to take any rubbish that isn't very good for you from the shop in my bag. I can just take this drink and I know I've got everything in that my body needs, because this has 26 vitamins and minerals in it. It's high in protein, high in fibre, lactose free, and just absolutely delicious as well. If you want to try Y Food for yourself, they are offering an exclusive discount only for 3 days. You've only got 3 days to get 20% off Y Food using the code that's coming up on the screen here, or you can click the link in the description as well, and that'll take you over to Y Food and you'll be able to get 20% off. Give it a try, let us know what you think. And now back to me with longer hair before everything starts to go wrong. That walk back felt so hard because I was so hungry, and I still am. We haven't had lunch, but we did pick up some things for lunch, and I'm gonna batch so that we can have it for lunch tomorrow, because we plan to go out on the bikes again tomorrow. So we just picked up some fresh baguettes and some bacon, and we're gonna do like bacon cheese baguettes.
I had an idea that came to me while I was in bed last night, because if you saw our last video when we went camping, we were really struggling with space in the 2 bags that we've got for the minute, and I forgot that I had this bag, and I was wondering if I can put both of our sleeping bags and maybe a little bit more in here to really squeeze them up and give us so much more room in our other bags, because we're thinking about going camping for like 3 or 4 days in the near future. Oh my god.
Is that mine?
This is yours, yeah. Martha's is so much bigger than mine because women sleep colder than men. Oh, it's definitely still going to fit mine though. Look how much smaller it goes down when you've actually got a stuff bag.
Oh, mental. Compared to in that backpack?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
That'll give us so much more room.
We forgot to buy cling film from the shop, and last time Mitch used foil when we went out on the bikes. The foil went into the bread. So we can't do that this time, so we're getting creative, and we've got some electrical tape, and then thankfully we have some like sandwich bags, so I'm currently just taping it up to make it sort of airtight so that they'll last until tomorrow. So I feel like right now this is definitely showing the reality of what our life is like 80% of the time when we're just in the van. We have currently been sat here, both on our laptops, for the past like hour and a half. And we're actually in the process of planning a camping trip, which I think Mitch spoke about a little bit earlier. But Mitch is getting stressed. So we haven't picked the camera up. Do you want to explain why you're getting stressed?
Because I hate planning. It's the worst part of what we do.
It is. We're not good planners, I must admit. We have got one trip planned that I can speak about, which is down to Cornwall, coming up soon, which we're looking forward to with the van and the bikes. But then we are trying to plan a trip for next week. Yeah, for us, next week for us. And it's to the Yorkshire Dales. I've not been doing the planning, if you can't tell. I've been buying my brother's 18th birthday present. So I've not been very helpful. But yeah, so that's sort of the reality of what we're doing right now. It's honestly going to be nearly dinner time soon, because the day's just getting away with us because that walk took forever. Just about to start making dinner, and I've just gone to get a vegetable stock. And bearing in mind, like, I cleaned these out not that long ago because we've now put in like rubber on the bottom of our cupboards because they kept coming open. So it was probably like less than a month ago, and this has got wet somehow. And can you see that? There's like fur coming off vegetable stock cubes. I don't understand. It's just the cardboard. Nothing actually to do with the stock. That's gross. Is it really me cooking if I don't somehow cut myself or injure myself? I've got the most annoying cut whilst I was cutting onion on my knuckle, and it doesn't look like much, but because I keep bending my thumb it keeps bleeding, which is really annoying. Just cooking away. I've got my earphones in, listening to the Tortured Poets Department. If you know, you know, and I'm absolutely having a great time. I'm loving it. This is like one of my favourite times when we're in the van and stuff, is me having my own time with the music in my ears and cooking, and then Mitch is over there I've said it before, it's kind of a good way for us to like be away from one another without like being away from one another, because he's literally just there. It's like my own time and I very much enjoy it. Do you want to explain what the last 4 hours have looked like for you?
Thought it's been more like 5, hasn't it?
Has it?
Yeah. It's been 5 hours. This best be worth it. If it rains the whole time, I'm going to be mad. The next video that we're planning on doing is going up to the Yorkshire Dales on the bikes for like 4, maybe 5 days. And I've basically been planning the route the whole way to do green lanes the whole way. Try and make it as scenic as possible. But I tell you what, it's some work.
But on that note, it is getting late, and like I said earlier, we are going out on the bikes again tomorrow. So Mitch has got like 1 day left to plot, and I'm gonna get myself ready and get into bed whilst he's still doing this. And we'll catch you in the morning. Good morning all.
We're getting ready to go out on the bikes. But even though it is very sunny outside, it is very, very cold. So we're wrapping up to make sure we don't freeze to death, and then we're going to get out.
I feel like this right here also shows the reality of like how we've been living on like laybys and stuff, where there's not bins, we're not on campsites and whatever, so we haven't been able to get rid of our rubbish. England is not very good for having public bins anywhere. So we've just been storing our rubbish in the trailer, which is great that we've got the trailer for that, but the bikes are now submerged with bin bags. One thing I'd also like to point out with the fact that we're sort of leaving the van and trailer here today is this is the first time that we've got the bikes out, and normally once we've got the bikes out, that's like our indication to then leave that area once we've got back, just so then, you know, when people then know that we've got the bikes in the back. Whereas this is the first time getting them out, and then we'll probably just reverse the trailer back whilst we're out. I don't know if you can tell just how dirty my bike is. Our bikes honestly need a good bit of TLC after that camping trip, and then today we're going to be heading in the direction of home after today, because we're going to be home for the weekend, so we'll give them a good clean and TLC then, I think. We have had a big change of plans and it's not looking good.
It's not looking good, bruv.
It's not. So it looks like we won't be going out today like we wanted to.
There's a part of Martha's bike missing that's part of the air intake that goes into the throttle body. And that means if we went out today... Wait for these cars to
there's 3 cars coming.
I'll try to show you on the camera. This is the air box here, and the air filter's inside here. And then out of the air filter, going into the throttle, I don't know what this is called, but basically where the fuel and the air combines, from the throttle and then goes into the engine, there's a big piece missing between the airbox and where it goes in.
So I'm not sure we put it in the video or if we even got it on camera, but when we were out with Mitch's dad, which is the loop that we were about to go do, something happened and I could hear like this hitting on my bike, and sort of I get in my head a lot, especially if I've had a fall, of what like something's now wrong with my bike. And anyway, we couldn't figure it out. It wasn't super loud, and then even when we went and did the day with AD, we had some of the guys there look at it and we were all a bit confused on what it could be. No one really thought much of it. And then it wasn't until I turned my bike on for the first time it kind of struggled to start.
No, it wasn't.
No, it did though. It didn't struggle to start, it just made like the hissing came straight away, didn't it?
Yeah, that's sucking air when I put my hand over it. Yeah, see that's stalling bike out with no air. So there should definitely be a piece there.
Shit. We're honestly, well, you can tell that we're all ready to go I was just sat on the bike and now there's been a complete change of plans.
I just don't know how that could go missing and fall out of the bike.
So we have no idea where this piece may have gone or what's happened, but that's a big issue.
So after a bit of investigating, I've found that that red piece there, which was originally missing, had dropped back into the airbox, and that's an aftermarket part. So that had rattled back into the airbox, which had then left that gap there, which now means that I'm going to have to take off the part that goes into. I think it's the throttle body. Now I'm going to have to take all that apart and see how much dirt and stuff's got in there, because that leads straight into the engine, and if dirt and shit gets into the engine, it's bad time.
Well, we've packed the bikes all up again and we're now gonna get on the road to head home, which is a very slight change of plans. Big change of plans, should I say, not slight. It's kind of just completely changed our day. Mitch is now going to try and turn around because we're on this lane and we need to go that way. Honestly, I don't know how he drives this van with that trailer. Like, Mitch is just amazing at everything and he absolutely smashes this. Watch him not now. But he's so good. This is going to be about a 20-point turn, I've got a feeling. No.
There's a couple of things not helping me out with such a long unit, and I'm not that good at reversing with the trailer on. Like, I can get by, but I'm not an expert by any means, so I'm gonna have to find another place to turn around.
I just said you were really good.
I'm okay when, like, there's somewhere to actually go, but I think physically we wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would be able to do that. Well, I'll tell myself that anyway.
See, he's done it. I told you he is pretty good. He's being modest. But right, at least that's done. Now we just need to make like the hour journey home. We're back home now and we are now going to get started on cleaning the bikes, because before we can work on them, which Mitch has been looking up and it looks like it's going to be a big job, we want them clean because they're filthy. And the reason we've come back to my parents' house is because we got sent some stuff from Muck Junkie. It's not an ad or anything. He just wanted to send us some stuff, which we're very fortunate to have right now because, like I said, these bikes are filthy. So we're gonna get these out. I haven't had a proper look, but this one should do us. So yeah, excited to do that and get these bikes looking better than they look right now. I tell you what, today is already just being a complete shit show. Like, we had none of this planned for today, and I literally rocked up to my parents' house and no one even knew I was coming back. But thankfully we were able to wash the bikes and stuff, and we're still washing them now. I think it's going to be a long day and night trying to get these bikes fixed because we've come home this weekend for a funeral, so we're quite busy over the weekend. So now that this problem's cropped up, we need to get it sorted ASAP. We've got the van going in for an MOT and all of this going on from tomorrow, so I think it's going to be a long night of trying to get this fixed and everything okay with the bikes, so that hopefully we can go away on the bikes on Monday for a camping trip. But if you want to see if we do end up going, make sure to click subscribe and turn on your notifications, so you can see if we do end up going on that trip in next week's video, because at this current moment in time I have no clue. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and please give it a thumbs up if you have, and we'll see you in the next one, hopefully.